MK party was never involved in the matter of these South Africans going to Ukraine. Now, whatever is public available, if it contradicts the position presented here, can't be entertained by the leadership of MK, because factually the MK party as an organization was never involved. In the affidavit that Comrade Dudu presented to the officials, which she signed under oath, there is nowhere in her own account where she claims that MK party was ever involved. So the request is that there is a sworn statement by Comrade Dudu, who has never ran away from any of these processes when asked, other than taking a legal advice not to comment publicly, but instead submit a statement under oath, which has more weight than responding to all media inquiries. So officials had no reasons to doubt that Comrade Dudu can under oath lie to the officials and volunteer to go and open a case and lie under oath. That is why the officials, in their own wisdom, accepted her account and said they will give, as argues, that is going to fully cooperate with all investigations by any organs of state to find the truth on this matter. That was very satisfying to the officials, and that's why officials said the organization will give her all the support to uncover the truth and safely return these South Africans back to South Africa. So from where the organization is, the matter ends with the organization clarifying its position and Comrade Dudu cooperating with all institutions that are investigating the matter. And unfortunately, she has voluntarily herself, without being called by police, submitted a sworn statement on the account of what happened. And it's true, Chair, families have contacted the leadership of Umkhonto weSizwe. And as a result, the leadership will now, wiser after having received a full detailed report from Comrade Dudu, meet the families to explain and help them in all the processes that will lead to their family members coming back to South Africa. And I think from our side, Chair, that is what came out in the meeting and is being communicated today. And I know that Comrade Dudu would have loved to address these matters, but the counseling from the leadership and the legal people who are advising is that the statement she submitted, it's enough to help government and the families return these South Africans hopefully safe, and they can reunite with their families. When we're meeting the families, we'll also share with them the details that Comrade Dudu shared with us, and to a point that we might have to give them some of the details that she shared that unfortunately can't be shared with the media, but are contained in the legal document affidavit submitted to the police. I think it does conclude the questions. We'll not have a discussion, we'll answer questions. If you are not happy with the answer, we humbly request that you capture the answers as the official position of the organization. The matter is difficult for the organization, it's difficult for families, surely it's difficult for members of Umkhonto weSizwe and South Africans. We have no intentions of making it a political football to demonstrate who's smarter than the other. The whole intention of coming here was solely to assure our members and South Africans that as an organization, we are not in some processes of contributing into the fight in Ukraine. And from what we read in the affidavit, Dudu herself is not in some processes of recruiting young South Africans to go and fight in Ukraine. We can take 3 questions, Chair, with your permission. Okay. And the leadership would guide if there are any things they want to add. Manje yabona-ke ifemeli kaZuma ayikho la. La kune MK party leadership and members of MK. I'm sure if you interact with the foundation, they will speak on behalf of the family. With due respect, we have not even checked who is not talking to who in the family under these difficult conditions. The statement does request that let's not use this as a political matter to campaign. There are families here, there are human beings involved. MK Party's got enough material to use to campaign next year. It's got enough human resource to have its own campaign without using this matter. We just won a what at Mandeni, and we'll really avoid the temptation to use this matter as a political matter. Comrade Tutu was never forced to resign. She volunteered to resign because she wanted to focus in helping families return their loved ones. Now, it ends there. There is really nothing. She submitted a resignation today because she could not submit a resignation without taking the leadership into confidence and getting permission to do that. So as far as we know, the resignation's got nothing to do with admission of guilty or the organization finding her guilty. It's her as a disciplined member of MK and the leader realizing that there is this question that the country need to resolve of returning those young people safely at home. And she has requested that she be recused from responsibilities and focus in cooperating fully with all organs of the state who want to find the truth and return those South Africans safe. And I will request that we accept that. I think I answered that. I don't know whether there was any follow-up on that. President and the officials, the media is satisfied with the answers. They will report accurately as presented by the leadership and delete the sentence about the family to indicate that it was in the media briefing of MK Party, not in the family gathering at Nkandla. And if there is anyone from the officials who will allow to address the media, and if there is none, we'll request that we close the media briefing leadership. I think we've reached the end. We really want to both apologize and thank you, comrades and colleagues from the media, for a short notice media invite in a very awkward hour of 11 a.m. And thank you very much for the respect we gave to each other. Thank you, comrades.